Hey guys, I just wanted to make a short video about my own political views where I pose a question. I feel like I grew up in a really good time of conservative and liberal arguments, and I feel like my own beliefs have been shaped and formed by these beliefs. The best way I could describe myself is as a fiscal conservative and a social liberal. And I feel like that's not a huge stretch, but I'm on the extremes of both ends. So usually I'll just label myself as a conservative because that's the side where I see the least amount of crazy. But I believe in these hardcore, pick yourself up by your bootstraps, conservative values. And I believe that communities should help each other out, not the government. So I'm about as conservative as it gets when it comes to that scenario. But I'm also as liberal as it gets when it comes to freedoms. And I don't know if they actually run against each other. I feel like they don't. But usually conservative and liberal are not or words you would use in the same sentence. So when it comes to liberal issues, I believe in the freedom of speech. I believe in the Constitution. I'm not sure if that's necessarily a liberal thing to do, but I believe in a man or woman's ability to live their life how they see fit as long as they're not hurting anyone else. Now, one area that I might not be considered a liberal on is abortion. I don't think abortion is right because I believe that that child has rights. So I don't know if that makes me more or less of a liberal. I feel like most self described liberals are in favor of abortion, but as what I consider a liberal, I feel like that child has rights. I believe it is a child, and I believe the only logical place to put those rights on is at conception. I don't think any other period of the gestation is they magically turn into children. I believe you have to pick a point, and I believe that point is conception. I'm open to discussion about it, but I haven't really heard convincing arguments. I don't think passing through the vaginal canal makes you a child. I don't believe being viable outside of the womb makes you a child because that's going to keep on getting younger and younger. What happens when we can grow babies in test tubes? Are those then children? I believe that's a slippery slope. I think the only logical place is to put it at conception. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. So I'm not sure if that makes me more or less liberal, but in today's society, I feel like it makes me less liberal. Although I don't feel it runs against my beliefs in any way, shape, or form. So that's kind of where I am, though. Maybe some of you can help me. I guess I could label myself as a liberal conservative. I've thought of constitutionalist, but that doesn't really even describe my fiscal beliefs. Maybe a conservative constitutionalist. Or maybe just a dirty capitalist. Maybe I could be a dirty capitalist constitutionalist. Maybe that's what I could be labeled as. I'm not really sure, but I do feel like many people in our generation at least fall somewhere along the same lines as me. I feel anybody who's worked a hard day in their life realizes that socialism isn't really a good idea because there are a lot of really hard jobs out there, and once socialism gets by, no one's going to want to do them, and there'll be no reason to do them except for punishment of jail or death, which you might think is a slippery slope, and you'd probably be right. And I don't think very many people in my generation are racist. I think we all believe in the merit of someone being is how we judge them. You should judge them only based off of their merit. And I'll admit, I judge people when I see them. I judge on how they look, how they present themselves, how they talk, how they dress. Do you take care of yourself? Do you not take care of yourself? The one thing that doesn't really matter to me is your skin complexion. If you're a black guy dressed up in a suit, I'm more likely to trust you. If you're a white guy with your pants sagging, your shirt's all torn up, and you got your hat on sideways, I'm probably not going to trust you from the onset. But that doesn't mean my opinion couldn't change. Just because you wear a suit or just because you dress up in an ill-fitting manner doesn't mean anything once you get to know the merit of that person. And I think that's how a lot of people are nowadays. I don't really find deep entrenched racism or misogyny or homophobia, like all these phobias out there. I'm not scared of gay people. I don't know anybody who's scared of gay people. I'm not scared of lesbians. I'm not scared of fat people. I'm not scared of women. There's very few people I'm afraid of, but I don't know, I digress. I just think that our generation really has a unique set of morals that could lead us somewhere special, if that makes sense. I feel like the mixture of liberal socialism or social liberalism and fiscal conservatism is the way forward. It's a part of order and chaos. It's it's both sides of the coin, in my opinion. So you have a balance. It brings you an order. You're not constantly just picking who you think is the best because they're related to you or they're nice to you, which might be a more conservative thing. But you're judging people based off their merit. And I don't know, I'm kind of rambling at this point, but let me know what you think. I think it's interesting. I think it's true. And I think all these labels of ist and phobias, and I think it's a reaction to not having power over, so you can't just call someone a racist and destroy them anymore. You can't call someone homophobic and destroy them anymore. Because I'm not any of those, and just because you say it 100 times doesn't mean I am. Combat my ideas, and let's see where we get. Anyway, hopefully my ranting wasn't too bad. I appreciate you watching. Hope it made you think a little bit more. If it did, go ahead and like it. If you like more videos in the future, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll try to bring you some actual real content.